I have a 2019 Chrysler Town & Country, and like many of you, your warranty is now expiring, and so now you can do your own maintenance. A lot of the warranty programs don't let you do your own maintenance. You got to take it into an ASE certified technician. But now that the warranty is expired, I'm going to start doing my own oil changes. Real simple to do. I'm going to show you how to do it. This particular engine takes 5 quarts of 0W20. Now the brand doesn't really matter. This was on sale, but what does matter is full synthetic, and it meets the latest specifications for this engine. So the neat thing about this is that the drain plug is on the bottom, of course. It's pretty easy to get to, but the filter is a cartridge type filter, and you access it from the very top. Now that we're under the vehicle, jack it up. Make sure you support it. Now, one person said, I really wish you would show jack points. You'll notice on this vehicle, there's a bunch of this undercarriage aerodynamic stuff. So you got this felt material with this metal backing it, and then further back is plastic. So you need a place to jack this up. Now I have my jack stand, which I need to tighten it, all right, but it's directly underneath this control arm as close as I get to the point where it joins up. And then on this side, I'll show you where there's a good jacking point. Okay, there's a couple of jacking points, and it kind of makes it a little obvious, not too obvious. If you look underneath here, just past the front wheel, there's going to be a cutout here on the pinch well, a rectangle cutout, and here's the pinch well right here. See how it's kind of reinforced there? It's kind of got some bends. That's where you're going to want to put the jack. Now look at here. They help you. You see this triangle? That tells you that's where the jacking point is. And there's one in the back just like that, and I'm going to show you where. You're not going to need it for an oil change, but I'll just show you where it's at. Here at the back of the vehicle, again, if you look down here, there's this plastic, this triangle right here, and there's the cutout. And how you'll want to do, if you use a scissor jack, you'll go straight up here. Here's a triangle right here as well that shows you that's where it needs to go. Or if you're using a hydraulic jack like mine, you just bring it straight up to here. This will support the weight. So let's go back to the front and start this oil change. Make sure you have a catch pan, whether it's an oil pan or something like it. There's your access point. Now, yours might still have the felt that goes underneath here. Mine must have blown off, so no big deal. Just get to this. This is a 16 millimeter nut, and you're gonna back it out. Remember, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. I'm gonna twist, there we go. It breaks it loose. And then make sure you get your pan where it needs to go. And I'm gonna get this all over my hands, but it'll be okay. And just make sure I line this up. There we go. Not too bad. All right, and let that drain. And it was definitely time for an oil change. Now while that continues to drain, go ahead and take your oil plug with a rag or a paper towel. Go ahead and just wipe it off. Go ahead and get on the back side as well. Just get all the dirt and oil off of it. Get it off of your hands as well. And if you really want to be spiffy about it, get yourself some brake clean and just clean it off. There. Main thing is make sure there's no dirt on the end of this so you don't stick it up in your engine. So we're going to let that drain, and then when it's done draining, we'll reinsert this. We'll wipe off the hole that this goes in, and then we'll reinsert this and torque it down. I want to make sure I get all of the old and dirty oil out of there, so I'm going to go ahead and just let this come back down because the engine's kind of sitting to the back. Let me drop it down where it's level and the oil can all come out. You don't have to do this, it's just I'm nitpicking on this. Okay, it's flush. And yeah, there's some more oil coming out of it. While the oil is draining, we're going to go ahead and remove the filter that's on top part of the engine. So here's your engine. You're looking at it this way. It's going to be on your left side, the vehicle's passenger side. Here's where you add the oil. But right here, right down here, here's this plastic cap. You're going to take a socket to remove that. So what you're going to need a 24 millimeter socket. I don't have one of those. But the The standard version of it is going to be a 15/16. So if you don't have a 24 millimeter, if you have a 15/16, it will work. It doesn't have to be a deep socket, it's just what I have, but I will need an extension. So I'll go place it right on top and then get ready to turn this, to get it off. Remember, this is plastic, so not too much force, but no, didn't need too much at all. And it's going to take a little bit of twisting, but it will come out. Pretty loose right now. I'm going to go ahead and just manually pull this up, and there we go. There. This thing, if you ever start noticing that you're losing oil, like you're using a lot more than normal, take a look right here at the very top of your engine, because these are known to crack and cause an oil leak issue. And I can't really show you right here, but this is a V6. It'll do like this. And in that valley, the oil will pull up and then travel and start leaking out. Thankfully, mine hasn't done it yet. Hopefully it doesn't. If it does, well, good for y'all. I'll have a video on it. So let's go ahead and pull this filter out. This is a cartridge type filter. You just reach in and pull it up, get a rag ready, and there it is. The good thing about this is you'll be able to see if you see any forbidden glitter, and what that is any metal in here. You start seeing metal, heads up, you got some issues you need to take care of. But thankfully, everything looks good. It's just time to replace it. So I'm going to go ahead and get the new one. So here's a new cartridge type filter. Now you'll notice that it will come with a brand new gasket. That goes on the cap. This just gets pushed back down in here, all the way down. And then push it down to it just, basically snaps. You don't really hear it snap, but you'll feel it just kind of slide in there and stop. Now we got to make sure that we replace this old gasket. You can just roll it up, okay, and then put the new one in. Yeah, I should have done it before that. Okay, here's your new seal or your new O-ring gasket. And then go ahead and just slide it on there to that spot right there. Okay, and then I'm going to get my rag, wipe this down, and then we're going to reinsert. Want to make sure there's no dirt, caught up in here. Thing looks pretty good. Now I'm going to go ahead and go right over the top. Oh, spilled some oil. Go right over the top and just start hand threading it down. You'll feel it, you'll see it start to grab, and just go ahead and go all the way down with it. Okay, it's a new seal, so it's going to be kind of snug. And then tighten it down till it won't turn. Okay, so it's almost there. Don't want to break this, okay? So just a good, about there, okay? That gasket will do what it's supposed to do. You don't want to be like, well, I want to make sure I get it as tight as I can. You're gonna break it. It's plastic. They do have a replacement that's metal. Mixed reviews on that, but right now, that's as good as it needs to get. Take your rag and try to clean up anything that you spilled, and you're good to go. So now we're going to go back down to the bottom and replace the plug. But before we do that, I went ahead, they had a deal. You got a air filter for 50% off if you get an oil change. So I went ahead and got the air filter for this. So it's part of maintenance. Let's go ahead and do this. Here's where your air filter lives. You can do this with some sockets. I had these available. It's a flathead and a Phillips. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to loosen this right here. So I can go ahead and take the filter housing off. Just loosen up real good. Okay, don't need that anymore. And then I'm going to go ahead and take these two Phillips, back them off. So there's two right here. And just pull it all the way up. Will it come out? Well, yeah, it looks like they will. You probably don't need to take it out. That's good enough. And go ahead right here and take this off. course, you see that hose right there? We're going to remove that as well. That comes off pretty easy. Literally push down and then pull it. So easy. Now all we have left is to go ahead and back this out right here. And there it is. Now the top side of this looks nice and clean, but it's been a while, so let's see how bad it looks. It really doesn't look bad. I mean, that's practically brand new, but I got it for half off, so I'm going to go ahead and put the new air filter in. So go ahead and get your new air filter, and then line it up, and then just sit it down. Great. Just like that. And all I have to do now is just go ahead and put the cover back on. So old air filter gone, new air filter in. See these tabs? They push in to these openings here. So angle your air filter into there, pull this back, and you're gonna just wanna try to carefully wiggle it back in there. So kind of a couple of actions at the same time, and it's sitting down. So let's go ahead and tighten these while we're at it. Just a little bit past snug. Go ahead and get these down as well. Like I said before, that plastic, everything seems to be plastic now. So you want to get it nice and snug, just not overly tight. And you'll see it when it quits pulling down, and then it just stops. Same thing here. Do this again. And it has stopped. And all you have to do is put this back in, it just slides on, just like that. Now, let's go ahead and jack this up a little bit. Put the safety jack under there, and then put the plug back on. All right, with my brand new, well not brand new, cleaned up plug, go ahead and take a rag, put your finger and just make sure that's nice and clean, and then put the plug back in. And just tighten it down, and then you take your wrench, or your socket wrench, and make it a little bit past snug. I'll put the socket back on there, make sure it's turned the right way, and then get it on there, and then give it a good little push. There. Not overly tight, nice and snug. And then we're going to go ahead and lower it down. Now, if you still have the cover for this, go ahead and put that back on. Mine doesn't have it, no big deal. And lower the vehicle, and now it's time to finally add the oil. Almost done. Now go ahead and take a rag and just wipe all the dirt and oil off of this thing. So you don't want anything falling in there, and then twist it off. There, nice wide opening. And even though it's got a wide opening, I like to go ahead and put a funnel in it. Now this is a large funnel, it's what I had at the moment. And then I'll go ahead and add my oil. So this takes 5 quarts. So I'm gonna put 5 quarts. Now folks, it is best for you to change your oil very regular on this. Now this one went a few hundred miles over. I like to change oil on these vehicles, especially these new vehicles, no more than 5,000 miles. Some people do it every 3,000. I think that's overkill. This is synthetic oil, but you want to do it at least every 5,000 miles. And the reason is, this is some very thin oil, and the passages on these things are just really tight, thus the thin oil. But also, with like this one, cam phasers, and adjust the timing on this on the go, it uses hydraulic pressure, and you need good, clean oil for that to work properly. So if you keep your oil, changed regularly, it's a very good thing. Keep, decent quality oil in there. Synthetic, I mean, most vehicles, they all use synthetic now. And then, change it out every 5,000 miles. I know some manufacturers say, you know, 10,000 or more. That is ridiculous, guys. Don't follow that. You're gonna mess up your engine that way. So no more than every 5,000 miles, go ahead and give it an oil change. And if you're doing it yourself, you can save a lot of money. When I was taking this to an oil change place, either at the dealer or somewhere else, it was costing me about $100. If I had a discount, maybe 79. I got all of this and the air filter for about 40 bucks. And it doesn't take that much time. Okay, should be done. All we're gonna do is put the cap back on. Make sure it's nice and snug. Check the oil. It says it's right on the mark. Can you see that? Right there. See, there's the hash marks. And since it's brand new, clean oil, it almost looks like there's none there, but it's there. So go ahead and push that down. And we're gonna let this run just enough for the oil light to go off and then some. Just let it get circulating real good. Let it settle down. It should be absolutely where it should be, because I put 5 quarts came out, 5 quarts went in. All right, let's do it. We're almost done. Time to crank it up. Boy, it just took that oil right up. Barely made any noise, so that's great. Yep, so just let it kind of do its thing. Now my battery, my start-stop battery has failed on this. I really don't care. I don't want to change it. I don't like it. I don't like that system. It's never good for an engine to constantly turn on and off. It's just not good. So you're not what? You may be saving a mile per gallon at most, so don't worry about that. So now we're gonna, I'm gonna go through the screens and reset the oil life on this. So let's go right here, screen number 2, and okay, so you hold OK to reset. Engine must be off with ignition on. Okay, so turn off the engine. Now on these vehicles without a key, especially this Chrysler, what you do is don't push your foot on the brake. Go ahead to your start button, click it once, click it twice. It'll do all this thing like it's gonna crank up. Now, you go back to your screen number 2, go to the right. And, okay, hold OK to reset. There, it's reset. Don't go by that, that's just kind of a reminder, but in a little while it would have started, letting me know it's time to change the oil. Did it ahead of time, no problem. Great. All you got to do now is just go check for oil leaks that, maybe you got something loose. Everything's fine on this. Check your oil one more time with the dipstick. It's going to be fine. This one's fine. So write something down when you last did it, 5,000 miles or so. All right, Mailman Mechanic, you can easily do this. Extend the life of your engine just by doing maintenance. See you at the mailbox.